Alright, now these trades are some realistic trades that I would do and the New York Knicks should consider doing. And let me say, I wouldn't mind running this roster back with some minor tweaks if the Knicks got a different coach, but with Tom Thibodeau here, some changes need to be made. And another major question is, can Cat and Brunson win the championship together with the kind of defense they play? I believe they can. They just need a coach who's willing to try any and everything to help them on defense and not just stick to what they know. So most of these trades might be based on if Tom Thibodeau is still here, but even if he isn't here, some of these trades need to happen anyway. So let's get into it. Now let's start off with the trades everyone is talking about. Cat for Giannis. I only see this trade happening if Giannis demands a trade to New York. I don't believe the Knicks would be able to compete with the other teams' offers, and I wouldn't call them for Giannis anyway and have an offer because they will try to take everything from you. You won't have any depth. So if he demands a trade to New York, then these are the trades you can see. Cat and Deuce McBride for Giannis and AJ Green. You see Cat and Boo Buie, someone who they had a cap hold on. And then you see Cat and Tyler Kolek for Giannis and Tyler Smith. Now that's the furthest I'm going for trading for Giannis. I'm not giving them any more than that. So it is what it is. If I was the Knicks. Now the Kevin Durant trade. This is the only trade I would do for KD. I'm not a huge fan of trading for him. The only reason I get is Cat's contract is ridiculous. I'm not trying to be paying him up to $60 million a year. And then he's eligible for a $75 million extension. Like, nah, bro. KD is still better than Cat, but this is real risky. This shortens your window. KD is older, but it gets you off the Cat contract. So, but yeah, I'm not calling Phoenix for this either. I don't know. Now, Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, I guess. Now, I love this trade. I absolutely love this trade for a multitude of reasons. The Knicks aren't sure if they want to extend Bridges. I believe he's eligible for 4 years, $160 million. I would do this trade straight up, but you can't because the money doesn't match. Herb Jones is everything the Knicks want Bridges to be on defense. Bridges can be Herb Jones at times on defense, but not consistently like Herb Jones does it. He's a dog. The only edge Bridges has on Herb Jones is scoring, and it's not that big of an edge to me. Even if it is an edge, it's not worth the value that the money that Bridges is getting and Herb Jones is getting. He's getting $10 million, $11 million less than Bridges, soon to be $20 million. So yeah. And New Orleans can't do that trade straight up. That's why I added Utah in this, and I'm sending Josh Hart to Utah for John Collins and Jose Alvarado from the Pelicans to Utah. Now, I already had someone try to question me about this trade. His exact words were, Herb is great, but not worth more than Bridges. What is Bridges worth? Because he's up for $40 million a year, 30-something. He's not worth that much. And Herb is getting $13 million? Make it make sense. Bridges is not worth approaching that second apron for. Then this person said he wouldn't trade Hart for Collins. He said Collins would cost more to re-sign, which is not true, I don't believe. Collins has 1 year left. He's getting $26 million right now. He's not getting that again. That market that was back then for him is not the same right now. The most he's getting is what Josh Hart is making right now, around 18, 19 million. And the Knicks can do that. Then he said no one can provide what Hart provides. I love Josh Hart. He's a dirty work player. He does everything the team needs him to do if he's capable of doing it. But he's not better than John Collins, and he's not a better fit for this team than John Collins is right now. If you watch John Collins this year in Utah, which a lot of people did, I watched some Utah games. And John Collins actually busted Knicks' ass this year, so y'all should know about him. I know he had some bad stigma around his name because his contract and he was in Utah and the way he was playing, but he looked really good this year. And just picture a lineup of Brunson, Herb Jones, OG Anunoby, John Collins, and Karl-Anthony Towns if you don't trade Cat. And as you can see, this trade almost saves the Knicks $4 million. And it gets you back under the apron where you could accept a trade for a player who gets more money than what you're sending out. And it gives you $15.3 million in second apron space to sign a free agent to the mid-level exception, maybe like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So this is a great trade in my opinion. You can't tell me no different. Oh yeah, the last thing he said too was this trade isn't happening because Jalen Brunson doesn't want to get rid of his friends. Well, hey, bro, then if it doesn't, then do you want to win or do you want to be happy, Brunson? If that's the case, bro, you can continue being happy with the hope that you're going to win, or be mad and happy knowing that you got the best chance to win by getting these players on your team. Now, this trade right here, I love this trade. I ain't going to lie. But I doubt this will happen. Probably like a 15% chance of this happening, if that. I know Memphis doesn't want to pay Jaren Jackson that contract he's looking for to get right now. I think he's trying to get the Supermax. And the Knicks don't know if they want to pay Bridges right now. So the trade works straight up, but I doubt that Memphis is going to want more than Bridges, I believe. But if Leon can pull it off, then you the man. All right, now we back to Josh Hart. Like I said, the first guy I would trade Josh Hart for is John Collins, because you get better on offense and defense with that trade. And this is another trade I would consider. Josh Hart, Precious Achiuwa. You get Washington their top 10 protected pick that we'll never get back for Marcus Smart and Justin Champagnie. Now with Marcus Smart, you know you're getting leadership. You know your defense is getting better off the rip. The only question is his health, because he hasn't been that healthy these past 2 years. But if you watch the end of the season this year with Washington, how he turned around their season post All-Star break, you see the value Marcus Smart still has. And Justin Champagnie, Knicks fans should remember who he is. He lit our ass up this year. I'm not sure if this is the brother from St. John's, but he's always been a solid player, and you can see the step he took this year, and he would be a very good benefit for the Knicks. And we have Cam Johnson on Brooklyn. He should have been involved in the Mikal Bridges trade, to be honest. All them damn picks we gave them, there's no way he wasn't supposed to be in that trade. But what is the price for him? I don't believe the Knicks have enough to get him. I don't believe Josh Hart is enough. I'll give them the Washington protected pick, and that's all I'm giving them. I'm not giving them anything else. They already got the Knicks, so just call them anyway and see what they want. See if they'll do Cam Johnson for Josh Hart. See what their temperature is. That's the least they can do after jerking us off with that damn trade. Pause. Now, this trade I would definitely do. Now, if Leon can make this trade, I'll probably forgive him for the Mikal Bridges trade. If you can get Herb Jones without having to trade Mikal Bridges for him and just having to trade Josh Hart and Washington's first round pick and the Knicks first round pick next year, oh man. Plus this trade is saving you $5.5 million. I'll probably throw in something extra to get this deal done. Can y'all imagine a team with Herb Jones, Mikal Bridges, and OG? Now that's how you protect Brunson and Cut. And then if the Knicks don't like how Bridges or Cat is still fitting in, then they could trade for that superstar, like a KD or something. Now another Josh Hart trade scenario. Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson for John Collins and Walker Kessler. Now the initial reason I added Mitchell Robinson in this trade was because the money didn't add up. Because I was just going to trade John Collins and for Josh Hart straight up. But Collins is making more than Josh Hart. So I had to add Mitchell Robinson, and then I had to add Walker Kessler to make the salaries even out. There's other ways you can go around it, like the Knicks can sign and trade a guy like Precious Achiuwa or whatever, PJ Tucker, and make the trade work. You don't have to add Mitchell Robinson, but I just did it. So yeah, I would do this trade too, but it doesn't have to include Mitchell Robinson for Walker Kessler. I'll just do Josh Hart for John Collins and sign and trade Precious Achiuwa or PJ Tucker or something. Now, this is one of the first trades I'm trying to do when the offseason starts. I'm trying to get Casey Wallace for Deuce McBride. And I said trying, because why would OKC do that? Deuce McBride is not on Casey Wallace's level. But OKC is going to be in a tricky salary cap situation. And Deuce McBride has one of the most valuable contracts in the league. Deuce's contract is descending each year. OKC is going to have to pay J-Dub, Shet, and Jalen Williams in the upcoming year. And if with their roster as it is right now, that will put them in the same situation that the Celtics was just in, are in right now. And this is just with signing J-Dub right here. So before they even get in that situation, because they know what's coming up, I'm calling them to try to see if I can get Casey Wallace. That's the only reason they would do that trade. I still doubt they would do it, but shit, why not try? Just see where their temperature is at and what do they want for him. If that's not enough, see what they do want. Because he'll be the perfect fit next to Brunson. Now, this trade is more realistic, and this trade would be a no-brainer. If we was just sure about Lonzo Ball's health, if Lonzo Ball could just stay healthy like he did last year, I don't know how many minutes he could give you, but this dude would be the perfect fit for this team. Perfect. Now, this is a trade I really have to think about. Only reason now that I'm thinking about it is because Lonzo Ball's health is it's not for sure. But he's for sure better than Deuce, a more impactful player than Deuce. IQ off the charts. He'll be the perfect guy for this team. So I might just have to take that risk. Keon Ellis, another guy I would trade Deuce McBride for. And as y'all can see, these guys I'm targeting are all 6'4", 6'5", 6'4" and above. Like if Deuce McBride was 6'4", this wouldn't be an issue like this. But the fact that he's 6 feet and he can't get into the paint, he's not a good creator. There's so much we could do with you, bro. He can't start with Brunson at any point, like, cause you're scared about it. You're worried about his height. So yeah, Keon Ellis would be an upgrade over Deuce, and wow, he's on a better contract than Deuce. So yeah, this trade ain't happening. You got to give up more than a second round pick and Deuce for this trade to go through. Got to throw a couple of more seconds in there or a protected first or something, because his contract, he's on a better contract than Deuce. So yeah. Another guy I would trade Deuce McBride for is Ayo Dosunmu. As y'all can see, another 6'5" combo guard who can guard 1 through 3, and he can create his own shot. I've been watching Ayo since Florida State wanted the Knicks to draft him, but yeah, I'll definitely do this trade. Now, these are just some outside-the-box trades that I came up with that I know nobody else came up with. And when I say out the box, y'all gonna see. Pause. And I tried to be realistic as possible with these trades. We got the Knicks getting Lauri Markkanen, Anthony Simons, Walker Kessler, Justin Shenpenny, and Toumani Camara. You have the Wizards getting DeAndre Ayton and Deuce Miles McBride. You got the Jazz getting Marcus Smart, Sadiq Bey, Combe Dadier, the 18th overall pick in this year's draft, the 40th overall pick in this year's draft, the Knicks 2026 first round pick, and Marshawn Beauchamp. You have the Blazers, the Portland Trail Blazers getting Karl-Anthony Towns and Josh Hart. Now, the only team that probably you'll say no is the Jazz, because you know it's Danny Ainge over there. So the Knicks might have to throw an extra pick in there or something. I'll still probably do it. I'll still do it. The Knicks can just go the route of trading Cat for a bunch of role players, and then you could trade for Giannis or KD and not deplete your team. And that's going to be the case with most of these trades coming up, because you're just going to have so much depth that you can go a lot of directions. You can keep your depth, or you can trade for a superstar. Something like OKC. This is another trade if you're a fan of Marcus Smart instead of Anthony Simons. But I prefer the Anthony Simons trade over all these trades. I know Portland fans will be pissed off because, they got to do some Toumani, man. Oh yeah, Knicks could probably have to add another pick in there for Toumani Camara, sure. This is the last one I did, where it's just basically for a bunch of role players. Some great role players. But y'all see where I'm going with this. If you don't like these role players, you can trade these players for Giannis. That's the way you can get Giannis. Or if you like the role players, you can keep them. These are just ways that you can get off Cat contract if you want to get off that contract. Trade for Giannis or KD, excuse me. And I did some trades where the Knicks can trade for KD without trading Cat. And this is one: Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. You have to sign and trade PJ Tucker. Then if the Knicks wanted to save money, you can trade Mitchell Robinson to the Lakers for Dalton Connect. Then flip Dalton Connect for Mark Williams like they were going to do in the first place. This is what their salary would be if they just kept it as it was without trading Robinson. And this would be the salary if they did trade Robinson for Mark Williams. It isn't much of a difference, but it's a difference. I think if they just had $1 million in second apron space, I don't think they'll be able to draft players or anything. I'm not that sure how it works, but yeah. That's why if you want to get another superstar, you just might have to trade Cat. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that trade by trading the Bridges and Josh Hart and etc. And before I end this video, this just stood out to me just now. Josh Hart is actually overpaid. And it just hit me when I seen these other guys' contracts who's better than him that's getting less than him. Let's go down a list of better to more impactful than Josh Hart. Now, we all know Josh Hart is an impactful player, but there's levels, bro. You have Malik Monk, who's better than Josh Hart. Lou Dort, much more of an impact player than Josh Hart. Let's see, we got Denny Avdia. He shouldn't be making more than Denny Avdia. Isaiah Stewart, that's what Josh Hart should be at, right? At 15, the most 17. Matter of fact, no, you see Nas Reed getting 13. No, you shouldn't be. Josh Hart shouldn't even be getting 17. If Nas Reed's getting 13, you have Dennis Schroeder getting 13 million. I'm sure all of these guys would have had better series versus the Pacers than Josh Hart. You could contribute that to coaching. Tibbs was overusing Josh Hart, but still, overused or not, these players would have had better series than Josh Hart. Herb Jones, Austin Reeves. Oh my God, Josh Hart is not better than none of these guys, bro. He's overpaid. I mean, it's about the situation you win and everything. You have to take that into consideration, but still, he's still overpaid. You're getting more than these guys like that. I'm sorry. The Knicks really need to take a look at this and reevaluate if you're overpaying any guys on this roster, because you can't afford that right now. I would trade him for Herb Jones, Austin Reeves, Ivica Zubac. Like, Josh Hart's making more than him. So yeah, I would trade Josh Hart, respectfully. Love him as a player, but it is what it is, bro. I'm out of here, man. That's the end of my video. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the trades. Let me know what y'all think about the video. Peace.
Light it, walk up in this motherfucking flight up. Pull up in this motherfucking hiding up. Started out with nothing, all of a sudden I got 357 Mac 11 squeezing. Came a long way, I paid dues for you. Started out hating, what it do for you? Couldn't walk a mile, wouldn't trade shoes for you. Alright.